Picture this. It's 1973, and you're on your way to a funeral. Very sad, but this isn't just any old, regular dead person funeral. As you look down into the pit to pay your respects, you are staring at 30,000 pizzas. That's right, you heard me right. Pizzas. This is a funeral for pizzas. Hello and welcome to the Odds and Events podcast, unraveling the odd and investigating the eventful. I'm your host, Lainey Langenberg, with my co-hosts Dalton, Chris, and Allie. And this is our very first episode. How are you guys feeling?
Fantastic. I am so excited for this, honestly. And did I hear you right? You said pizza funeral?
Correct. This is the very first script I ever wrote for a podcast, and I wrote it in January of 2024. So I've been sitting on this one for a while.
Impressive.
Oh, geez.
Yes. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I was like, I want to do a podcast, and this is the story I found.
Okay. Well, you got me hooked.
I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I've been stressing all week thinking about this, but let's just have fun with
Let's
it.
do this thing.
Okay. So, pizza. We all know of pizza here, right? What is your favorite kind of pizza, everybody? Let's hear it.
Okay, I'm a weird one. I'm gonna take first. I like Hawaiian.
Okay.
You're disgusting.
Okay, yes.
It's fair. It's okay to
Oh,
dislike me. Okay.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of Hawaiian. I'm pretty basic when it comes to my pizza. I'm basically a pepperoni guy with maybe some Italian sausage. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like kind of the same way. I'm a pepperoni, extra black olives, and feta cheese.
I like a good old vodka sauce on my
Ooh,
pizza.
okay, getting fancy with it. All right, I'm assuming, are you guys like partial to Michigan style pizza?
Yeah, absolutely. Considering, yeah.
Considering like 3/4 of this like group is from Michigan.
Yep.
You may think Michigan pizza is high class pizza, but let me tell you, right here in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, we are the true pizza capital.
Okay, so is it like a actual Italian style
I am
pizza?
going to tell you. Okay, so first off, there's a thing called Old Forge Pizza,
Oh my
and it is
gosh.
foul. Don't ever get it. But you have all of the people who are from like ye old land, Italy, who couldn't afford New York City. So they came here, and it is choice pizza.
Oh, okay. Pennsylvania pizzas. Got it. I'm gonna have to try that because I did not know there was a lot of Italians in
Yeah, you
Pennsylvania.
got like the Sicilian, you got the New York, you got the square, you got the trays. Like, let me tell you, Pennsylvania over here in the northeastern side, we are very serious about our pizza because we have absolutely nothing else to do.
Oh, okay. Anyways, the first known pizzeria was in Naples, Italy in 1738. It was called Antica Pizzeria. And according to HowStuffWorks.com, in 1987, it was declared in October to be National Pizza Month in the United States. So we're a little ways off now, but when we get there, we'll celebrate. The first pizzeria in the United States was opened, here we go, Gennaro Lombardi in 1895 in New York City, which, I mean, that tracks to me, you know? And did you know, okay, here, Michiganders, you better listen up. Did you know that Michigan is home to 4 very large pizza chains? We've got Domino's coming in at number 1. Little Caesars, the tried and true. I love Little Caesars, and I will not take any Little Caesars slander here. Then we got Hungry Howie's and Jet's Pizza.
I have heard of 2 of the 4 of those.
I think I've heard of them all. I want to say I've had them all, but I'm not entirely sure.
I've eaten all of them. The businesses, not the pizzas. They were delicious. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding. The pizzas were great.
Any favorites?
Oh man, you know, now this is going out. It's like, you know what, Jets, you got me. You sold me originally.
Oh, okay. Wow, Jets. I want to say I heard Jets has good ranch.
I actually don't eat pizza with ranch. I find that I don't like that.
Actually, fun fact, I used to work at Jets. So the ranch is like made in-house, and I hope I'm not spilling trade secrets here, but it's really good, really good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it.
I'm gonna come in on the right here once again, being from Pennsylvania, and I have to say, if you are saying the ranch is good at the pizzeria,
Uh-oh.
it's not good pizza. Wow, that's great. You're not talking about the sauce. You're not talking about the cheese. You're not talking about the crust. It's the ranch.
Okay, ranch was just my opening. Okay, my opening salvo.
Sure.
I'm a ranch girl.
I honestly don't eat ranch with pizza. It doesn't jive for me, but I will use the ranch on any of the other like side things you can order in a pizza, like a salad. Absolutely.
Who eats the salad from a pizzeria? That's just like the thing they give you in order to help you feel healthy while you down an entire XL pie.
That's literally what it's for. I will get like a large or extra large pizza, eat all of it in one sitting, start crying, and then like take a couple of bites of salad and be like, see, I'm okay, I'm fine.
You canceled it out.
Yeah, all you had to do was eat this entire head of lettuce
smothered
and
in ranch,
tomato.
of course, smothered.
Smothered in ranch.
He's okay. He is okay because he has that Diet Coke. Okay. He's
Oh, yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
the
the double
sodas
extra
be
large
canceled
Diet
out.
Coke.
Like, we have Domino's, we have Little Caesars, we got the Pizza Hut over here. They're not in like my top recommendeds, but I will say I do enjoy Little Caesars stuffed crust.
Oh, that is pretty
Little
good.
Caesars, oh my god. I wanted to move on, but now I do have to preach. Hold on. The Little Caesars pretzel pizza is a miracle. It was given to us from the gods. You have to get it with the cheese sauce. It's the most magical thing I've ever had, and I know it's really venturing away from what is a pizza, but the next time you can get it and it's available, please get it and then come back to me and tell me that I was right.
There was one Little Caesars thing that I absolutely loved. It was when the Batman came out. They had this Batman calzone. It was the best thing
Oh, yeah.
ever. It was like pretzel, like crust, cheese sauce, pepperoni, and I was like, why can't I have this forever? And I loved it. It was so good.
I heard that,
So
and
good.
now I'm sad I didn't get to try it.
As a quick thing though, if you're going to a place, you try out the pizzeria that's called Basilico's, Angelo's, Vidaro's,
All the O's.
Don Tommaso.
Okay.
Go to the Italian place.
Domino's.
Yep, I mean, Domino's is in there.
Heathens.
Giordano's.
Giordano's in Chicago.
Yeah, well, it happened in Detroit
Mhm.
too. So like,
Well,
it's-
I don't know if I
it's-
trust that as much.
I went there. It was delicious. Oh man, what was it? There's another one in Chicago. There's two like really big ones.
Lou Malnati's.
Yeah, Illuminati's. Oh my gosh, that pizza's great.
Yeah, where did we go when we were in Chicago, Dalton?
That's where we went. That's where we went. We went to Illuminati's. So like that pizza was good.
All right. So let's talk about the day that Michigan held a funeral for 30,000 pizzas. So what the heck even happened for pizza to get a funeral? I'd like to acknowledge before we start my main sources for today being Wikipedia, the CDC, Atlas Obscura, and there's a few others that I will mention as
Don't
we go.
worry, she went to the actual sources inside Wikipedia, so she's not talking about Wikipedia specifically. We're good here.
I did. I'm using a lot of sources. Don't worry, guys.
Got you, English teachers. I got you.
Yes. So let's start with the man who started it all, Mario Fabrini. He is originally from Italy, and he emigrated to the United States after World War II. He settled in, okay, I need your help here, guys. Am I saying it right? Osinecki, Michigan.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard that before.
That place, Michigan, a zip code enters here.
Oh no, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Osinecki, Ossineke, Michigan. It's located near Thunder Bay on the northwest side of mainland Michigan, and he begins making and selling frozen pizzas from his home kitchen. So within 9 years, he has his own business called Papa Fabrini Pizzas, and it's one of the most modern pizza factories in the country at the time. His plant employs 22 people, and it had the ability to produce 45,000 pizzas a week. That's a lot of frozen pizza. And this is really cool because at the time, frozen pizzas or ready-to-bake pizzas were a pretty new thing. With advancing technology of refrigeration, people were able to do things like this. Like, just think about that for a second. There was a time, not that long ago, to be honest, that like getting frozen food was unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, I think half of my like groceries are frozen food. I don't eat healthily at all.
Ditto.
And then I think about how much frozen food, especially like through college, like saved my life. I don't know what college kids were doing. They were probably eating way better.
I disagree. I was eating ramen. I'm flat out.
Okay.
So not frozen foods, but like 30-cent foods.
You know what? I can't judge you. I really can't judge you.
Today, me, though, is nothing but frozen foods, unfortunately, because time is always against me.
I feel that. I do feel
And
that.
the air fryer exists, so I'm just like,
The air fryer is such a wonderful invention. So people around the country are kind of just discovering pizza for the first time because after World War II, GIs who were stationed in Italy were craving having the pizzas they were eating over there. And this is according to the CNBC and Tasting Table. And I found a really cool New York Times article in 1950 that advertised a Boston company offering refrigerated, ready-to-bake Neapolitan pastries, they were called at the time, and in the same year, an ad for a now out-of-business Kelsey's grocery store in Massachusetts. And it showed frozen pizzas for 33 cents. 33 cents! That's like buying ramen right now, but getting a whole frozen pizza. And like, so from today's equivalent, it would be about $4.34.
that's dangerous.
I know. So then eventually we get the massive brands like Totino's in 1962, followed by Mama Celeste's, Tombstone, and Red Baron. And I need to, stop the show for a second because I do need to do like a humble brag. So not even according, what I've noticed on the internet, so I could not even tell you if this is a fact, but I feel it in my heart, and I'm going to claim it, is Wisconsin at our grocery stores here. In the frozen section, we have an entire aisle just for frozen pizzas.
Yeah, I think that's same. Like we have entire aisles of frozen pizzas.
So
here
maybe it's a
too.
Midwestern thing because I remember my friends from
Yeah.
around the country being like, "Is this true?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't you have that too?" They're like, "No, why would we need that many frozen pizzas?" I was like,
Yeah,
"For
I do feel
variety."
that's a Midwestern thing. It has to be, right?
It feels like it. It feels extremely Midwestern to me. We have some really good frozen pizzas. I will no longer buy like Tombstone pizza. I can't. I feel like I'm an adult now, and I should not have like Tombstone pizza. I should have like.
Hey,
I'm trying to
Tombstone's
think.
not too terrible.
It's not my favorite, but I'm also not like a cracker thin crust person. That's not my favorite.
Oh, they do make a lot of thin crust stuff,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay, so back to Papa Fabrini. So now that we have a little more pizza knowledge, let's get into what took place in January of 1973. A number of employees at the United Canning Company of East Palestine, Ohio, start noticing cans of mushrooms were swelling, which indicates there is some sort of contamination going on. A can should never swell, and if it does, you shouldn't even open it, just throw it away right away. Now, why did this happen? Well, the company had recently switched to an automatic canning machine, which was less sterile than what they were previously doing, which was hand filling the cans. So they noticed this, and they immediately contact the FDA, who takes samples of these cans to test. They come back with the findings that indeed there was the presence of botulism in these contaminated cans. Now you might be asking, what's botulism? And I have the answer for you.
Hey.
What?
Hey, Lainey, what's botulism?
Well, thank you for asking, Allie. I have factual answers for you.
Yay!
So this next part comes directly from the CDC website, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Botulism is a rare but serious illness caused by a toxin that attacks the body's nerves and causes difficulty breathing, muscle paralysis, and even death. This toxin is made by, and please bear with me, this is all in Latin. It's made by Clostridium botulinum, sometimes Clostridium butyricum, maybe, butyricum, something like that, and Clostridium bairati, bacteria. These bacteria can produce the toxin in food, wounds, and even the intestines of infants. The bacteria that make botulinum toxin are found naturally in many places, and it's rare for them to actually make people sick. But these bacteria make spores which act like protective coatings. These spores help the bacteria to survive in environments and even in extreme conditions. The spores usually do not cause people to become sick, even when they're eaten. But under certain conditions, these spores can grow and make one of the most lethal toxins known. Now, here's a few conditions that these spores can grow and make this toxin. So, low oxygen or no oxygen environments, low acid, sugar, and salt, a certain temperature range, and a certain amount of water. Now, how do you know if you might have this botulism poisoning? You might have some symptoms like difficulty swallowing, muscle weakness, double vision, drooping eyelids, blurry vision, slurred speech, difficulty breathing, and difficulty moving your eyes. More possible signs and symptoms of a foodborne botulism would include things like vomiting, nausea, stomach pain, and diarrhea. People with botulism might not have all of these symptoms at the same time. So it kind of can be hard because, I mean, that sounds like a bunch of things. That could be like the flu too, you know? But in these foodborne botulism poisonings, symptoms generally begin 18 to 36 hours after eating contaminated food. And that sounds rough. That sounds rough as heck. Could you imagine, like, getting that? That feels like an old world disease, too.
That sounds horrible. I've had food poisoning a few times in my life, and that sounds worse.
Yeah.
Objectively.
Yeah. It doesn't sound fun, and I hope I never get it. Let me tell you, researching these things gives me, like, anxiety where I'm like, oh my god, am I going to get botulism?
Well,
Okay,
don't.
so I'm, you know what? Thanks, Dalton. I'm going to try really hard not to. So all companies using this canning company are contacted that they need to pull any product that was contaminated. Fabrini himself was contacted on February 19th, 1973, and told to recall his products. When he gets the news about the mushrooms, Fabrini stopped his shipments and submitted his mushroom pizzas to a crude contamination test. Slices were fed to a couple of FDA lab mice, thank you mice for your sacrifice, who promptly died. So, Fabrini estimated that 30,000 pizzas were contaminated. This was the largest pizza recall in American history at the time. Not only that, but this was the first major national recall in American history. So, obviously this is going to cost him a lot of money. And it cost him about $30,000 and a retail value of $60,000, which I'm don't worry, I'm getting to the adjusted for inflation here, which is about $429,000. So that's a really, really
Mamma mia!
Yeah, that's a really big hit.
Oh no, my allowance. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm secretly so rich.
Oh, rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. I'll keep that in mind. So now onto the part I think we've been waiting for. A funeral for pizzas. And I love this. I think it's hilarious, but I also think it's a fabulous PR stunt and a great show of accountability. He was showing the public he was serious about not giving them tainted food. To generate publicity and demonstrate his accountability, Fabrini staged a public disposal of the recalled pizzas on March 5th, 1973. He themed the event as a funeral, which later becomes known as the Great Michigan Pizza Funeral, the Great Pizza Funeral of Michigan, or the Great Pizza Burial. Hundreds of people attend this event. This is no small, like, little, wake. This is a big deal. This is crazy because Osuneki only has a population of about 1,800 people at the time. So, like, a lot of people are showing up for this funeral.
Well, to be fair, that was a lot of pizza.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Reports initially claimed that 40 to 44,000 pizzas were buried, though Fabrini later stated in court documents that the actual number was 29,188, but I'm just rounding up for posterity, and it's a nice round number. The pizzas, still sealed in their cellophane wrappers, were dumped into an 18-foot or 5.5-meter deep hole from 4 dump trucks.
Can I just say? Can I just say I love that they did to pizza what they did to the E.T. Atari games. They're like, goodbye, all of you.
That's so freaking funny that you would say that, because I'm not going to get any further into that, but that might be a possible episode in the future. Thanks for plugging it. So I want you guys to take a look at these pictures I sent you, and I know this is an audio medium, so if you want to take a look at these pictures, we will have them in our Discord.
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
This is. I feel so sad, like, looking at all of those pizzas just getting dumped into the ground. They look at that. They're literally putting a wreath down.
Yeah. Honestly, the black and white too makes it so like dramatic and sad.
That,
just
the guy like
immediately.
holding the wreath or looking at the pizzas, he's like, what am I doing
Mhm.
here?
You know what would be really funny though is if that wreath was
Yeah.
made out of basil
my God.
leaves.
Oh my
Well,
god!
what? Don't worry, I got a nice little segue. So after the burial, Fabrini lays a wreath of red gladioli and white carnations on the grave, which a report in Atlas Obscura claims represented the colors of pizza sauce and cheese.
Oh my
That's
god!
adorable.
I know.
Kind of cheesy, if you ask me.
So get this.
But
Not only were hundreds
get
get out, leave.
No!
You're kicked out of the show.
No!
Sorry.
You've been banned.
Bolton's first and last episode.
all over a
Yup.
pizza related joke.
The event listen to this. The event was even attended by Michigan Governor William Milliken, who gave a homily of the subject of courage in the face of tragedy. So the freaking governor shows up to this show.
Yeah, this is a tragic event. Look at all that
That's
pizza.
I know.
true.
And Milliken was afterwards presented with a frozen pizza by Fabrini, who cooked pizzas on site to feed the attendees, all 22 of his employees as well. When one attendee questioned the safety of eating the food offered, Fabrini retorted, Governor Milliken ate a piece and he's still alive.
Okay, but wouldn't it be hysterical if like everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's right. Let's just all eat some pizza," and then they all ate it, and then they all had botulism the next day.
Oh,
Man,
No.
that's like some true like villain origin story.
Turns out he hosted this entire funeral and only buried half of it, and then fed everyone the other
I mean,
Do
half.
you think you would
technically,
have
that
would
eaten
be
the
horrible.
pizza if you were there? Would you have done it?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I would have been able to, like, not eat it. A, because when pizza is offered to you, you have to eat it, right? And B, you're at a funeral for pizza, you know? Like, what better way to celebrate?
Honor the pizza? Yeah, literally. I would just
I
be like,
don't-
no mushrooms, please.
I don't suggest you do this at real funerals. You know, you probably shouldn't.
Offer the dead body of somebody who's
Yeah.
dead. Yeah, probably.
don't do that. Yeah, no.
Don't. You heard it here, guys. We are anti-cannibalism.
I mean,
Okay, I'm already concerned.
Well,
I'm already concerned. And I want to read a little bit of a newspaper excerpt that comes from the South Bend Tribune that I found on newspapers.com. Milliken attends pizza burial. Governor William G. Milliken, on his way to his Lansing office Monday, stopped by for the Great Pizza Burial and was given a frozen pizza, without mushrooms, to take home. Milliken was one of several hundred persons who gathered in this small northeastern Michigan village of 1,800 to watch Mario Fabrini dump 44,000 mushroom pizzas into a large 18-foot deep hole on a farmer's land.
wait.
So just some farmer's
Wait.
land.
So all of these pizzas had mushrooms on them.
Correct.
So then they should have been buried to begin with.
Oh, wait a minute. You might be onto something there.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, all right. So they bury all of these mushroom pizzas. One, good, it's mushroom. But two, like, can you just imagine after everybody leaves how many wild dogs were just like, "Hey yo, hey yo," and then they just decided to start digging, and they're just like, "Oh my god!" and they find all of these frozen pizzas.
Do you
Yes.
think there's like a few dogs out there that have their own podcast who are like talking about the same thing but from a different light? You know, they're like the great bounty of pizza. You know?
No, Chris,
That would be
no,
amazing.
they're dead because of the botulism.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No!
Okay. That's fair.
Wait,
That's sad. Okay.
Is it just at that point? No more TCG jokes. I'm not allowed to talk. That's right. Forgot
Okay.
about
okay,
that.
I'm sorry.
Forgot about that.
Milliken even says to Fabrini, "You are an example for businessmen all over the country who are facing tough problems. You are fighting back, and I'm sure you will succeed."
That is such a politician response.
It really is.
Mhm.
It really
That's
is.
like going up to him and he's just like, "You are doing God's work. You are like a soldier returning from the Vietnam War." And this man's just like,
Oh.
"Gabago."
Yeah, I'm sure that's all he said.
Exactly.
So, Fabrini says, "All I could think when this was happening was, oh my god, not me," he tells UPI. Some people, at least 17, UPI reported, tried to make Fabrini's nightmare come true, claiming they had taken ill from tainted toppings. His neighbors, though, rallied in support. One local fan, anticipating Fabrini's bankruptcy fears, offered to put some stock up for collateral if it became necessary to save his business. Which, like, that's a true friend right there. Could you imagine?
No.
Especially if especially
No,
if he actually
no, I
did
could not.
give them botulism.
So then, a bank teller told Fabrini that a nearby priest, leading prayers for him. Alongside the governor, numerous community leaders attended the funeral, including members of the Chamber of Commerce and bank presidents. It sort of gives you goose pimples about America, Fabrini told the UPI reporter. Governor Milliken later praised Fabrini, calling him an example for us all. Was this it? The pizzas were buried and they all went home? No, I say. There's still more to this story.
Oh.
And yeah, there's still more, guys.
Wait,
How
no,
exciting.
wait, I forgot.
I-
Wait, Lainey,
What?
is that it? Did they just bury the pizzas and then everyone went home?
No, Allie. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
This is not the end of the story.
Oh my
We, in
god.
fact, have more to the story.
Oh.
And, okay, guys, you're going to be really mad about what I'm about to say
No.
next.
There's a second
Are you,
funeral.
Uh-oh.
are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Don't tell me there's another one.
None of those pizzas were contaminated.
No!
What?
Okay, but wait. Hold your outrage. They still had mushrooms on them.
Okay. However, yeah, but you could pick those off. And also, unpopular opinion, I like mushrooms as long as it's not canned mushrooms that are on a pizza. But still, no, that's a lot of pizza. No, my outrage is not held, madam.
Okay, so what I found in doing my research is that only 2 mice died from the St. Joseph's newspaper press. Later, FDA test results were overturned upon further investigation by the FDA and the Michigan State Veterinarian. It was determined that the laboratory mice used in the test, in fact, did not die from botulism, but died from an unrelated peritonitis case, which is basically like indigestion. They had tummy aches.
So,
Oh.
2 mice that were lactose intolerant caused the death of so many, granted they were mushroom, pizzas? That's so tragic.
Unfortunately,
Dear God.
unfortunately, yes, peritonitis is just a inflammation of the localized or generalized peritoneum, the lining of the inner wall of the abdomen and cover of the abdominal organs. So yeah, they just had really, really bad tummy aches that killed them.
That's also really dramatic.
I know.
Like, I can't imagine being like, oh, my tummy hurts. I'm just gonna die now.
It is tragic. I'm so sorry for those mice, but also it really makes me question some things because I'm like, you can't just determine that they have botulism if only 2 mice die. That's not enough. So I'm a little upset at the FDA for doing this, but whatever.
I think PETA went too far in this instance.
They might have. And I love Fabrini's response. Before all the former information came out, he just said, I think it was indigestion. Maybe they didn't like my pizza. So I'm like, okay, we got a funny guy here. So obviously all this chaos caused financial trouble for him. According to legal documents, he lost even more money trying to bring in new flavors to the market because his customers lost trust in mushrooms. But
As they should.
his business, yes. But his business did survive for a while anyways, but did eventually close down operations in the early 1980s, and Fabrini selling its assets for $5,000, which is equivalent to about $35,000 today. And the final twist in this story is we would have literally never known about this if it wasn't for Fabrini keeping all of his documents. Isn't that just insane? Like, it makes me wonder what else from history is just completely lost to us because, like, somebody lost the paperwork.
Paperwork is important. Keep your receipts.
And this is why I'm a historian and collector of things, because we never know when we might need something to tell a story.
But this is going to be the most wonderful story for future generations to all of a sudden stumble upon, because there's going to be a point where America is collapsed, we are all dead, everything is horrible or better, who knows? It depends on how you view history. And all of a sudden, there are going to be some geologists who are like, yeah, there's all of this great sediment down here, and then we just have a pocket of carbs.
They take a layer sample and
But that's-
part of the layer is pizza.
It's just like,
That's like the
they're going to
best thing.
think this was some kind of obscure colony of mushrooms or something. Like,
for
just
real.
imagine how insane that is going to be for them to comprehend.
God, I kind of wish they would dig it up now.
I kind of also really like the idea of when they like make up a false story about like the culture of Michigan and like a pizza cult and
Oh, I would
you
love
know,
that.
a sacrifice to the mushroom gods.
Oh,
The mass
cult of
fungi burial.
pizza. Ooh, I can vibe with that. I like that.
I could vibe with that.
Oh my god.
They were just a bunch of fun guys.
What if they thought that the pizzas, the fungus was buried, and it was like Michigan's version of the Boston Tea Party, and that they just
My God.
go off on how this random location in Michigan, or they just like make it so much bigger than it should be, and it's the entirety of Michigan just revolted against mushrooms because taxes were too high, and they confuse eggs with mushrooms.
Maybe.
the mushroom taxes?
God, the mushroom wars.
The mushroom
God.
wars.
All right. So Fabrini does end up suing the canning company and Tolonal Pizza Products for $1 million, which in today's money is about $7 million.
He doesn't need it.
Not when he's got all those pizzas. The case was finally settled in Michigan in the Michigan Court of Appeals in 1979, with Fabrini receiving $211,000, or about $928,000 today. That would be really nice to receive.
I was really concerned you were going to say $211.
No. No, it was a little bit more than that. So he definitely did get a huge return back in the grand scheme of things, considering, but about 1/3 of the money did go towards his legal fees. So he really came out of it with about $309,000 in today's money, which is still good. I mean, I would love to get $309,000
Yeah, you just have to bury like 30 to 40,000 pizzas first, you know.
and hope they're not actually contaminated, you know.
Yeah, no, you just bury them and then you like call someone and be like, "Where's my money?"
I thought that was going to take a different like mob turn.
Ooh, okay. You know what? Hold on, let me redo that joke. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So, what do you guys think about this story? Have you ever heard of it before?
No,
No, and I live in Michigan,
I've never heard of it either.
so not because I'm going to go dig it up and get some free groceries, but can you tell me exactly where, like longitude and latitude, they buried them?
Let's see if I can find it.
I wasn't expecting you to actually look it up.
Well, now I'm gonna look. You can't just ask me and then not. And I'm going to. Here's the thing. Once you ask me a question, I can't not know.
That's true. Oh, that's a cool mindset.
Yep. Let's see. So
Can't not.
apparently, let's see here. Yeah, can't not.
What year did this happen in again?
1973. I'm trying to see. It just said a farmer's land, so they just buried this in somebody's like cornfield
So
or something.
maybe they kept it vague on purpose, so they don't want anyone digging
Maybe
it up.
they don't want to know. I don't know.
It's the
looking.
great-
Oh my god. Oh my god, rip Papa Fabrini. He passed away in February of 2023 at the age of 91.
91.
Oh,
According to clickondetroit.com.
May he gabagool in peace.
Let his pizza legacy live on.
He created the great carb and mushroom pocket of 73.
Yup.
Do you think that's on his grave, like his tombstone, like a pizza? A picture of
God, I
pizza?
hope something.
Like,
I really hope he's got something fun on that gravestone.
It's something like, eats a pizza.
I don't know. I feel like Little Caesars is gonna come for them with that branding, that IP.
What's he gonna do? He's dead.
His estate or something. He's got family.
Oh, I mean,
Now, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all my co-hosts for joining me today, and Dark Papers Entertainment for indulging me in my wackiness and encouraging me to just do it. I'm really, really appreciative of you guys. If you want to hear more from us or us cover specific topics, let us know. You can join our Discord. The link is in the description. If you'd like to hear more of Allie specifically, you can find her on YouTube at Wicked Encounters. She tells fabulous stories of spooky things. I'm a big fan. You can also find me on YouTube at Pink Possibly. I also do lots of spooky things. I'm currently in my 50 states covering UFO sightings from the past in newspapers.
Ooh.
And if you want to hear more of Chris and Dalton, you can follow them on the Patient Files podcast, wherever you like to listen to your podcasts at. Thank you for joining me. Everybody say goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.